Good morning, ScrappyShak fans. How is everybody today? I'm so excited to be here. Hello, Teresa. And I know that Karen is on. Karen, I know you're back sound and safe in Florida, but we miss you and wish you would come back here and then never leave. And hello, Jennifer and Red and whoever else is on with us this morning. I saw many of you on Thursday evening for our live. We had so much fun in that live. We had a blast. Red just kind of played around and showed you all lots of different things you could do with the large embossing folders and the different sizes of the embossing folders and all of that. And I know you're probably all laughing at my sleeves today because they are see-through. Look at that. Looks like Emma said, Princess Emma earlier said it looks like I got shot and I have holes all over me. So. Or what?
Or you just Swiss cheese.
I'm Swiss cheese. That's right. I had to put this on because there was more Swiss cheese across here. So anyway, so I'm Swiss cheese today, but thought I would give you a good laugh. Hope you got your coffee and you're cuddled up in your jammies with your special puppy or kitty and whatever. And so we don't have a lot to show you today, but I'm going to show you another sneaky peek. Last week we showed you a sneaky peek of something coming from Spellbinders. Hello, Lisa. Something coming from Spellbinders, and we've got a couple more sneaky peeks that we're going to show you of those. We also don't really we have a couple of classes that we're going to talk about, but not very much of that. And then we're going to go into one whole category. We're going to show you all of that. It's not necessarily new to our store. It's relatively new to our store, but we've had it for a little while. But we've never really shown you guys how it works. So we're going to go into that today. And then the Goblin is going to come and do a demo. And with what we're going to show you today, we're going to show you if you have a glimmer machine that you can use this with that as well. So we've got lots of things to show you today, and I'm very excited. Announcements. So let me see. We do have a few spaces left in our pottery class at the end of July. So I think it's July 24th. I'm not positive about that date, but we'll get Princess Emma to bring it up in a few minutes. But there's a few spaces left in that flower bowl pottery class. If you saw the flower bowl before, this is like the 6th one we've had to add because they're so beautiful and everybody loves them. So we have a few spaces left in that. July 24th. And then also on next Saturday, a week from today at 2:00, I'm actually teaching a Highland cow painting class. Can you switch over and show them what he looks like for those of you who didn't get to see it before? I'm excited about this one. I taught a painting an ostrich class a couple of months ago, but this Highland cow is so cute. Look at him. Isn't he adorable? He's so adorable. Hello, Mr. Goblin. Hey, Jamie. Yeah, so we've got some spaces left in that class if you'd like to join us in that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. No experience necessary at all, and we'll supply everything. And I think the only other one is Harvest Fling, right? Yep. So, guys, by popular demand, by request, we have added another retreat. And it's Harvest Fling. And Harvest Fling is going to be at the end of September. There is space left in that one. So get signed up. You know, our retreats sell out really quick. So get signed up. This is 2 full days of education. Continental breakfast and lunch is included on both Saturday and Sunday. Also Friday night, we're going to have a big spread of food for you and some cocktails and mocktails. Bartender Emma will be on duty that evening. And I'm going to have just a great time. It's $199. And then it looks like a bunch of people are thinking about possibly getting together and renting a cabin. So we may be able to make that work out for you too. So Harvest Fling is the end of September. We're going to do a bunch of fall, autumn-y type crafts during that fun weekend. And you know that you're going to get an amazing goodie bag like you always do from ScrappyShak and lots of giveaway prizes from our ScrappyShak vendors. So Andrew just heard and he says no. Why not, Andrew? Come on. You know Jamie loves that stuff. I think he said no to make a joke, Jamie. I think he actually really wants you to come and do it. This is what I believe. What do you think, Princess Emma?
Yeah.
I think so. All right. So we are going to show you sneaky peek. Here we go. We're going to switch over to the other camera. And if we could zoom in on that other camera before I bring these in, get that zoom going. All right, here we go. All right, so I think I showed you this sneaky peek last week, but I'm going to show it to you again. Sneaky peek of a new Spellbinders product. Guys, it's going to be out on the website on Tuesday for sale. Oh, wait, we have more sneaky peeks. Here's another sneaky peek. Sneaky peek. I can't show you the products, but I can show you the projects. And sneaky peek of some letters.
I like that.
And then, by the way, Princess April created all of these. She's on vacation this week, but she created all of these. And this one's my favorite. I love this one. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Sneaky peek, sneaky peek, sneaky peek. Yes, Jamie, I agree. He can't be serious. I totally agree. All right, there's your sneaky peek. So on Tuesday, the products for these will be available on our website. Okay, so we are going to go into the fun thing. So what we're going to be showing you all today, well, let me get it up here because of the glare from the light. So we're going to be showing you the foil quill pen. This is a battery operated cordless. Achoo! Achoo!
That was the silliest news I ever heard.
Well, it just came out of nowhere. Okay. Anyway, okay, here we go. So this is the foil quill pen. It is a cordless freestyle pen. Here's what's cool. It's freestyle, and you can write in foil with this. And you could actually use this through a stencil. There's so many really cool things you can do. And Barbie Glitter Goblin is going to do a demo on that for you today. But the cordless foil quill pen is $43.99. And that actually comes with, it looks like it comes with a couple of different tips here. So it's 3-piece. It does require 2 AAA batteries, which are not included. And yes, it comes with 2 tips, a standard and a fine tip. So we're going to show you all the stuff that goes along with that. So the foil quill pen has all of these fun foils to go with them. So I'm going to show you these. Now the foils are solid. The packaging on these make them look like they're printed, but they're not. They're all solid. So we have all of these colors here of the foil for the foil quill pen.
Ooh.
All of these colors. These are $10.99 for the colors, and they are 96 inches. They are 12 inches wide and 96 inches long. So there's all of these different colors. It is lost. There's all of these different colors. Look at them all. Oh, just so beautiful. Beautiful. And then they also have these other sheets like these. Let me show you these. So they also have these big sheets that are 12 by 12 sheets right here. This is the peacock colors. It has all of these really pretty colors right in here. That's in this one. This is $21.99. And you get, how many sheets are in here? 15 12 by 12 sheets of all of these peacock colors. I can kind of show them to you. They're here. Well, no, I guess I can't because they're all together in one package. And then we have some 4 by 6 sheets as well, in several different colors, and they're $8.99. So we've got, it's a little bit bright because we have our blinds open today. So, but I think you can see them if I do. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. So Princess April is not here today. Oh, is she? Oh, she came on. Good morning from Grandfather Mountain. Let me get the goblin and get her started with you on the demo. Hey, Goblin. Here she comes. She's coming. She's also going to show you something cool where you can use this foil and these different colored foils with your glimmer machine. So I'm going to turn this over to the goblin, and it is all yours.
Hey, okay, folks, I have no idea what's been said because I've been dealing with the intake of the mail. So if I repeat something Melanie said, I'm sorry. But what we're going to do is we're going to play a little bit with this foil. So this is the foil pen. I'm sure Melanie probably showed you the packaging, but it comes with the pen itself. It's got two tips. I'm going to use the wider tip today. It also has a really, really, really skinny tip, and it comes with an initial little bit of gold foil for you to play with. What you do is you put, and these are not included, two, I think it's AA batteries, or is it AAA batteries. Okay, the top just unscrews, you plop those in, it screws back in, and there's the little black button on the end. You push that. I'm not pushing it yet. I'm going to show you something. So this is white plastic here that's pretty see-through. When I push that black button on the end, it's going to come on a little bit red. Okay. And that's how you know it's warming up. Now, this is a metal tip, and I have a real tendency to hold my pens very close at the bottom. You're just going to want to be careful about that if that's you as well, because you don't want to burn your fingers doing that. And again, it's not like a horrifying, oh my gosh, we're going to the hospital, this is a 3rd degree burn, but it's enough for you to feel it. And you know, you don't necessarily want to feel that. So foil. We have so many ways to foil things. We can use our pink and main machine. We can use our glimmer machine. We can use deco transfer paste and transfer foil. So why is it that you need the foil pen? I will tell you that Jennifer Marshall answered the question for me because I was skeptical myself. And she said, the first thing out of her mouth when I explained to her what it did, she said, oh, I can use it in my journal. And she's right, because these stone journals are great. They'll take glue, they'll take paint. You can do all kinds of things to them, but you can't run it through a glimmer machine, and you can't run it through a pink and main machine. And you could probably take your pages out and maybe kind of do them one at a time and sew them back in, but that doesn't sound like any fun either. So anyway, I was playing with mine a little bit last night, and I had this page done. And I want to put in a plug for Distress here while I'm sitting here, because I had done this page a while back with Distress paints. I think maybe some crushed olive and mustard seed possibly. And then I did some stenciling and stamping and put a little vintage photo over it. And last night, my paints were downstairs. I was upstairs and I didn't want to. So I didn't. I used my oxides instead on this page, which had been blank up until that point. And I got a nice color match with paint on one side and oxides on the other. So that is really a fun thing about those Distress products, is that you can mix and match them and get a matching effect, even though you're using different products. But anyway, I did take a stencil and that spearmint green foil and stencil it in. And actually, I pressed really hard. You can see it's like down in the page. And it was shinier at first last night, but then I inked over it. And you can, for the most part, rub the ink off and get that shiny effect again. But, you know, I haven't 100% finished doing that. So anyway, I had some little bits over here that were darker, and I just wanted to put a border here. So I did, and I did it with the foil. So I have this nice shiny border now.
Wow.
All right. So I was looking at this spread. And this is from a class that I did online with Vicky P from Stamperia. And there are some circles over here to an extent. There's this circular calendar stamp. The Atlantic Ocean is kind of written in as an arc. The Pacific Ocean is written in as an arc. There's some, I don't know exactly what it says here, maybe Ecuador or something, but that's kind of circular. And then over here, most things seem to be straight. So I thought what we would do today is add in some circles and play with that a little bit. I'm going to grab a pair of scissors. I actually am out of my demo gold deco, what are we using here? Quill foil. So I'm going to use some of the Spellbinders Glimmer foil instead. Because yes, they are to an extent. To an extent, they are interchangeable because they are both heat foils. Okay, so I think Melanie probably showed you this. I did use the green. This is the spearmint color. So it's kind of a light, pretty green. I did use the green foil quill foil in the glimmer machine here at the store with witnesses this morning. And I glimmered that butterfly. And Jennifer Marshall, I want you to know that it was 8 o'clock in the morning and I wasn't thinking with my brains in. And so the first thing I did was I foiled it upside down. So now I have a green metallic glimmer butterfly, and the glimmer that you put on it originally no longer shows. So if you want to claim you're innocent to glimmering our butterfly, you can, because my layer is the one that shows up now. And that butterfly is green. So I've got that, and it came out perfectly. Like there's just no problem using that on the glimmer plates. Okay, and then of course I have the negative, the reverse, that I could use on another plate later and make the inverse of the butterfly. So that will be fun at some moment later in time. All right, my pen is got some red to it now. And it does lighten up when the battery's dying. So this battery's getting close to the end of its life. We've been using it a good bit though. And here is the stencil I'm going to use because I just want some rounds. I was going for one of those coffee stain stencils, but I couldn't quite put my hands on one. So what I'm going to do is in this rectangular spot up here, I'm going to put my foil face up and I'm going to put my stencil over here. And I'm just going to try to get some kind of arcs to it. So I'm going to go around the outside of this. And I am going slow. I am repeating over the same place. And I'm pushing down kind of hard. Okay? And I've come up here to a little sticking spot. I must have something glued down under there. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to go on the inside. So I'm going to make a little sort of double arc here. So it's a combination of the heat and the pressure. And what they said on the demo video that I was watching several weeks ago, they were like, just go slow. It'll be fine. I can't do slow. So I do back and forth. Like slow is just not in my nature. But because what I originally wanted was the coffee drips. Oh, you know what? I think I'll just do this. You can see, well, I'll show you in a second. I don't want to lift it up yet, but I'm just going to take this little blob and put it on my line. And guys, you can freehand this. If you want your signature to be in metallic gold or whatever, you can absolutely freehand this. Emma would have a blast freehanding with this. Barbie the Goblin does not freehand. Okay. So now I've got this little gold kind of semicircle thing going here. I've got a little blob that looks a bit like a coffee drip. And I'm going to work on the other corner for a minute. If I can get my stencil where I want it. I have to deal with the fact that this is a raised piece of paper here. So I'm trying to work around that too. And I want to use this corner of the glimmer because then I have the other corner I can use for something else. But anyway, you could just go really slow. That's the way they do it. I can't make myself do it. I am the cow from the impatient cow joke. Are you familiar with that one, Emma? Or are you too young?
I have heard of it for a long time.
Yep. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Impatient cow. Moo! It's a terrible joke. The children used to do it with every animal they could think of. All right, so I'm filling in this little blob here to add sort of a coffee blob look. And this part sticks out just a little bit. So I'm going to make it stick out just a little bit farther. and make that coffee blob look. And so there we go. Now I look like I have a nice little ring of coffee over here. So now I have some arch semicircular stuff going on this page to kind of pull in the semicircular stuff and circles that I have going in on this page. And so again, could not run my book through any of the machines, but I can do the foil here, you know, and if I wanted to sign on the bottom of the page, I could. Again, I'm personally hesitant to do that. My mother always said my handwriting was like chicken scratch, but you can. All right, let's see if I can do it. I've seen people use stencil lettering too. Not sure if I'm going slow enough here. But I will say too that I'm kind of out of space. So I put my last name underneath. That oh, I'll show you in a second. Okay, so there you go. Got my signature there. If I'd gone a little slower on the L and the N, that would have come out more. But I do want you to notice how people were asking me, how do you know what you've done? How do you know where you've been? You can see the foil has literally transferred to the paper. And so there is negative space here where I had that arch going, and there's negative space here where my signature was. All right, so you can see what you've done, and you're not totally blind here. All right, anybody else want to go before I turn off the pen?
No.
All right, let me explain a couple more things real quick. All right, so I did try this with some different foils. I tried it with the mink foil, and it came out. And guys, I was trying to be really fair. I used this brick stencil on all my different foils. I tried to use the same pressure, the same repetition, the same everything. So the mink foil didn't go quite as well.
Is mink the same as Pink and Main?
Pink and Main, yes.
Okay.
Pink and Main mink machine.
Okay.
So the We Are Makers, the foil that I'm using now that's supposed to go with the quill, it works pretty well. You got pretty solid coverage there. I could have gotten more solid coverage if I'd been more careful, I'm sure. The Spellbinders Glimmer foil did really well. And again, I used the We Are Makers foil in the Glimmer machine this morning, and that was fantastical. But the Deco Art, which is not a heat foil, you can see a couple of glints that came off on it, but that is not a heat transfer foil, and it did not transfer in the heat, you know. So I don't know how else to say that. It don't work. Here is, and I don't even remember if Carolyn made this one or if I made it, but it's one that we had as an example in Nashville. It's just a little 3x3 card. We used a Tim Holtz Rose stencil and put that on there. And then this was part of a layer from a Spellbinder stencil. It's that new, I haven't done anything to finish it off yet, but it's that Jump for Joy froggy. There's a die, a stencil, a stamp. It makes this whole.
That's really pretty.
Yes, it makes a whole adorable pond scene. So it's
guys,
great.
To me, I did not tell you about the sale today, so I'm going to tell you about the sale. So it's all of the foil quill products. So the foil quill pen, all the foil quill rolls of foil, and the flat packs of foil for 25% off, guys. 25. That's 25%. That's like 1/4 of the price off. So your code for this is quill, QUILL 25, quill 25, and that their goblin put that up there for us. So quill 25 will get you the pen while supplies last. We'll get you the pen, the foil, the rolls of foil, and the flat foil. So that's your code for today. It's going to be an early day. It looks like we're done unless you guys want to see anything else. And if you do, let us know. But I hope you had a good time. Let me see. What is everybody saying? Teresa says, that's cool, Barbie. Oh, hi, Suzanne. How are you? Well, we have about, it looks like we have about 16 people on. So if you haven't popped in and let us know that you were on, let us know that you're on. And guys, bring a friend next week. Bring a friend next week so we can get more than 16 people. I know we
Bring
always
a
end
friend
up.
and we'll give you loyalty points.
Oh, you see, she just announces it without talking to the boss first. All right, what, 50?
Yeah.
All right. If you bring a friend next week that has not been here before, and the friend comes online that has not been here before,
And subscribe.
And the friend comes online and subscribes to our online here and subscribes to our newsletter and tells us on the live that you brought them here, we will give you both 50 loyalty points.
Wow.
What about that? You and your friend get 50 loyalty points. So if your friend comes here, tells us you sent them, and signs up for our newsletter, you both get 50 loyalty points. What do you think about that? So bring a friend, bring a friend, bring a friend. We're really trying to get this live. I know it's early for some of you, like Suzanne. I get it. But we're really trying to get kind of our viewership up on the live itself. And the more we get, the more fun it's gonna be. So that would be fun. All right. Well, nobody said that they wanted to do anything different. Oh, for those of you who weren't on the live Thursday night, starting in July, and Red, tell me if I'm right about this. Starting in July, we're going to be doing Thursday night lives every other Thursday. And they're not going to all be Tim Holtz related. So they're going to just be all different things. Craft Along with Me lives on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And we're going to start doing them every other week on Thursdays. You'll get an email about that. We'll put a social post together.
Do we know which Thursday it starts?
I don't. I have it on the calendar. I just don't know off the top of my head. But you guys will get information about that. So we would love to have you. Love to have you join us on those Thursday night lives, 7 p.m. Eastern, every other Thursday. And if it goes well, we might start doing it every Thursday. So we'll see how that goes. What we're going to try to do, guys, on the Thursday night lives is we're going to try to give you about a 2-week notice on what project we're going to be doing, so that if you want to craft along with us, you can get those. Make sure you have all your products put together and all your supplies put together for it, or we'll offer you some kind of a special deal if you wanted to buy a kit from us before we do that. So, and oh yes, and Red said there could be prizes. So every Thursday night we do a drawing for everybody that's there and participates, and they receive something free. So last Thursday we had 22 people, I think, on something like that, and somebody won one of the new Tim Holtz large embossing folders. Yep. And she ended up having the Tim Holtz embossing folder, so we gave her something different. So you know what? We're kind of generous around here at ScrappyShak. Karen's going, ooh. Yeah, so hopefully we'll see you guys next Saturday morning. We will have a lot to show you next Saturday morning because we have a lot of new products coming in today and for the rest of the week. And we love you guys. Enjoy your Saturday. I'm giving you 30 minutes back. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks for joining us.
I love this butterfly.